Okay, Cancers. So, y'all are the last of the 12. I've done all signs, okay? At least I think I've done all signs. I feel like if I did my tracking correctly, I did all signs and y'all the last sign. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is B, just in case if you're new around these parts, if you're accustomed to being here, welcome back. Yeah. So this is just really just a general collective for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Cancer placements. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Nothing I say here is meant to trigger you and or make you feel like any type of way. If it does turn this off, maybe I'm not the reader for you. Maybe this isn't the time to be getting messages, or maybe this just isn't the video for you. Maybe check out one of my other ones. Drop down below in the description box if you need to find me on other platforms or anything like that. I don't know why I feel like my brain is buffering. Retrograde energy, I guess. Yeah, drop down below in the description box if you need to find me on other platforms. Get the discount code for the website, and you can also find the website just like you can find the discount code down below in the description box. So let's go ahead and jump in. Give me an oracle card for what Cancers need to know. Sexuality, salt and pepper is here. Okay. The sexuality card is, to me, is really a card about just your general expression. You know, Salt and Pepper did have a lot of like innuendo sexual songs, but again, their overall expression, just sense of self. Talking about men in a world, in a culture, in a profession where it was typically men talking about women most of the time. You know what I'm saying? And now you have this profession where women are talking about the men and how they feel and what they feel about sex. So, you know what I'm saying? This makes me feel like just your general expression right now could definitely be highlighted at this time. How you express yourself sexually, maybe just in general, how you express yourself to other people, how you express sensuality, even, is coming to me. I keep hearing black and white. So, again, the way you kind of go about doing things could be black and white, or maybe you're a very black and white type of person where you don't really believe in gray area, you know. I do kind of want to jump into the book a little bit. Let me see. Okay. So it says salt and pepper. The key words, key term says sexiness, intimacy, romance, sensuality, and expression. So let's talk about sex. Are you feeling fulfilled? Are you craving emotional intimacy more than physical touch? Both desires could be present. The key is to delve into those desires and season them up with some salt and pepper. Nobody enjoys bland, so spice up your life. This newly awoken sexual energy will course through your everyday life, with a current you'll feel in each and every part of your body. Over time, these sensations will be easier to tap into on command. It'll make you want to shoot for sure. So yeah, this makes me feel like, again, like I said, how you're expressing yourself. Maybe you have a very black and white way of doing things. Again, maybe it is time to kind of spice it up and kind of zhuzh it up a little bit instead of seeing things so black and so white. You know what I'm saying? What does your level of intimacy look like? You know what I'm saying? What does your level of vulnerability look like? You know what I'm saying? Are you, again, that's a valid question, right? Are you craving, you know, emotional intimacy more than the physical touch? Because sometimes people use one to cover up the other. I've even been a victim of that sometimes, where I'm really craving emotional intimacy, but for lack thereof, I'll settle for like sexual energy. And that's something I've like been working on myself about. You know what I'm saying? Also tempering my own sexual energy, to really make room and make way for emotional intimacy. Because sometimes, again, if not to make this a talk about sex, but again, like the card said, let's talk about it since we're talking about it, right? Sometimes, as a woman with a high libido and sexual prowess about myself, sometimes I can even be a victim of over sexualizing the people that I'm connecting with, where even though I know I want emotional intimacy, it's still hard to hold back, to create room and create space for there to actually be an emotional connecting, because I can be very sexually driven to where it kind of just, again, overtakes all of the space. If someone's always meeting you with sex, and most men, I haven't met a man yet that, will tell you no, especially if they're already dealing with you. Before you know it, you just jumping each other bones, but then you're not really making any real authentic emotional intimacy. You can mistake the lust for emotional intimacy because you're sexual. And it's like, no, the two are not the same. You know what I'm saying? So just making sure that you think about that, making sure that you're really asking yourself, are you fulfilled in your emotional life? Are you fulfilled in your sexual life? What does sensuality mean to you? What does sexuality mean to you? What does emotional intimacy and fulfillment look like? Are you confusing the two? Do you want both? And, again, you're having a hard time tapping into one over the other, such as myself, like the card said, because again, both energies can be present. That's what the card said. Both energies can be present. It just depends on which one of these energies you really kind of tap into. You do have the Beyonce card here, so we love that. Mrs. Queen B. Okay, it says crowned, stamina, fierce. Okay, Mama go by Sasha Fierce. So again, another staple of sensuality, femininity. So Cancer, this is a good time to really ask yourself, what does that look like for you, right? Even as a man, right? Maybe you're looking at or seeking a feminine presence. And again, maybe asking yourself as a man, are you also confusing the two? Because men do that too. I feel like women do it, but I feel like men like do it very commonly, where they like for some reason deprive themselves of the emotional intimacy that they want, and they use sex to kind of fill that void. Some men, are emotionally intimate and again don't really know how to deprive the two. Like if you ever been emotionally intimate with your man and he make it sexual or start like getting aroused, it's like, how do you like even like I'm dealing with a man now who like I can just like kiss him over his face, just very sweet, very romantic, and he will absolutely be ready to jump me. And it's like I'm trying to, I'm being sweet, I'm being loving, I'm being soft, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers just, I don't know, it just does something. Or those memes I've seen on the internet where it's like you fix your man to plate of food and he just dropped his drawers. You know what I'm saying? You hug your man and tell him how handsome he look and he just dropped his drawers. It's like, so a lot of men don't know how to do that either. So it's like, you know, making sure that both can kind of intermingle. Both parties can exist simultaneously. Okay, this is someone who does think you're beautiful though. They think that you're sweet with the honey card here. They also think that you're fierce. You know what I'm saying? They know that you're not to be played with. And this is someone who, if you are dealing with someone, sees you as very crowned. This could also be how you see yourself. Where it's just like, I know I'm beautiful, I know I'm smart, you know what I'm saying? The B in Beyonce stands for beauty, brains, and brilliance. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like, I know who I am. I know I am the queen of the hive. I am the queen bee, says Cancer. Or again, if you're a man, that's what you're looking for. Take it for how it resonates. But again, making sure that if that's what you want, if you want to be the missus, if you want to be the wife, if you want to be whatever, again, how are you kind of intermingling the two, allowing the two to coexist without leaning too far or to one side or the other? If you're dealing with somebody who maybe isn't emotionally available, maybe that isn't the person to be getting emotionally intimate with. But if you enjoy the sex, then allow it to be fun in the sun and you get up out of there, right? But if you are dealing with someone who is emotionally available and emotionally intimate, making sure that you're tempering it too, that you're not just meeting their emotional side with sex. How can you allow the two to dance and coexist together? It gets you what you want, perhaps gets the other person what they want and need too, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Don't be dealing with people also, Cancer, who can be like that. Don't be dealing with men, don't be dealing with partners who, meet your emotional needs and your nurturing side and your loving wifely or husbandly side with just sex. Because you're so much more than that. Your emotional sides and your emotional intimacy deserves to be matched as well as your sexual. Don't allow them to sway to one side or the other, and you don't sway to one side or the other either. Give me some tarot. Let me see. Isley Brothers, Living in the Life is playing right now. Give me some tarot. What we got for the tarot? The Fool card is here. It kind of wanted to fall upside down, but I'll take it upright. I'm mental noting that it kind of felt like that though. Six of Cups is here. There could be someone who wants to take a leap of faith on things though, for real. This looks like someone who might be taking an interest in you, Cancer. So you might be dealing with somebody romantically. You might have history with the Six of Cups. Okay, the Six of Cups makes me feel like somebody maybe you've known since childhood, or somebody you just simply have like memories with and fond times with. Five of Cups fell reversed. I'll take it. So it makes me feel like, yeah, someone that you maybe have had some hurt feelings with. Um, but they kind of want to smooth things over. This feels very like Pisces, Mercury, retrograde kind of vibe. So this feels like somebody who might be wanting to come back. But again, this might be somebody who met your emotional side with sex and sexuality, and you know what I'm saying, not really meeting you with the emotional intimacy that you wanted, needed, and or craved. And they could be taking a leap of faith. This could also be you, right? Whereas like you could be wanting to take a leap of faith, but this feels honestly like somebody else's energy towards you. Give me one more card for my Cancer placements. Yeah, the Sun card. I mean the Tower card reverse. Scorpio energy. We do have Aries energy here also. But it's reversed. This is somebody who like doesn't want things to kind of really be over and done. That's what I'm getting. Somebody who doesn't really want things to be over and done. Okay, somebody who doesn't really want to like accept that things are over, accept that things have come like crashing down on them. Give me this Fool card. Yeah, the Death card. Told you. This is like so this feels like a past person, Cancer. There's a past person that's coming back, that like wants to come back, and they see you as, again, all of the things. They see you as the missus. They see you as destiny. They see you as fierce. Back Streets by not Tizo Touchdown. Back Streets by Don Tolliver and Tizo just came on, right? Why in my head when I saw Back Streets, I heard Back to the Streets. So this is again somebody you definitely gave back to the streets. Because Back Streets, immediately I heard and read Back to the Streets when I saw that title. So this again makes me feel like somebody that you got rid of, somebody that you kind of tossed away to the trash, wants to come back. But again, they either could be someone who always met your emotional intimacy with just sexual intimacy, or this is like the time they'll be on when they get back. But I'm gonna be honest, this feels like the reason that you left. This feels like exactly the person as, or like the person who, it's like, no, bitch, that's why I stopped fucking with them. Because again, I be trying to be on lovey girl, love girl, wife time, and motherfuckers just be trying to get their dick sucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be trying to be on wholesome husband vibe, you know what I'm saying? Good nigga vibe. You know what I'm saying? Timothy type shit, and she just be wanting to give me some pussy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this feels like. But this feels like someone who like knows that you have the it factor. Like, they know that you're crowned. They know that you're like the one that they should be with, or like the top pick. You know what I'm saying? And the topic, top shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? This feels like somebody who feels like you're blessed, you're anointed, like you really angelic, low key, like you really divine, really. And this feels like somebody who just doesn't want to like let things go. Give me this Tower card. Back to the streets is what I heard. Like I said, the Knight of Pentacles is here. So yeah, this is someone who like might want to come in giving an offer. Give me another card. This feels like somebody who anticipate this might be like a slow moving thing. Yeah, Magician card. They want to kind of rekindle something new. There's someone here that is like kind of be coming back. And this absolutely feels like somebody who wants to try to seize the potential to maybe do something and move things forward. Two of Wands is down at the bottom of the deck. So again, double confirming. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I've been a little under the weather. It's really like a cough kind of thing. It's moving to my nasal now, though. Anyway, yeah. So it seems like this person wants to like move things forward. The Two of Wands is about the progress, the momentum of the thing, the action behind really moving the goalpost, moving something forward, moving something toward the goal line. So I do feel like expect the level of an offer of something. It's like an initial energy, an initial investment of like trying to revive something or like get something off the ground with this Magician card. Again, that's about the potential. That's about utilizing the resources that you have to really make something come together. You know what I'm saying? Like the you know what I'm saying, really putting the hopefulness with the action to really make the thing happen. But this feels like, again, somebody you already gave back to the streets, and it's like they just keep crawling back every time. They just keep crawling back every time. That's what this is feeling like to me. Give me the Six of Cups vibe. What is the Six of Cups energy? Yeah, Nine of Wands. So yeah, this feels like someone who's very reminiscent of you, someone who is like very much still thinking about you, still thinking about things, wanting to like still be together, still like holding on to old memories, still holding on to like old I'm seeing like trinkets. I'm seeing like little, like if you were to ever get this person something, like if you ever bought them something, it's like they still have it type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like little trinkets and little things, gadgets and stuff that held nostalgia. It's like they still hold on to it. They still like have a hopefulness of like really moving on from things and really overcoming things and like really making up for it. But they kind of blocking themselves. Is this person really gonna do what needs to be done though to like get it together? If they're really gonna do what needs to be done though to get it together, for some of you, yes, I feel like yes. So, but again, so that could be the message, right? Where it's like this has potential. The Magician card is here. There is potential, okay? But it's like making sure that maybe that's the thing. How well are you operating in emotional intimacy? Again, is that what you want? And can this person give it to you? You know, in the rare occasions that maybe this isn't anyone old, maybe this is someone new, because again, everything ain't gonna apply for everybody. Making sure that they aren't meeting you with just sexual energy, and Cancer, making sure that you aren't meeting people like that either. Again, if you know that you fierce and you crowned and you the missus, then show up like that. If you know that you want emotional intimacy, then God damn it, demand that. Stop settling for sex. Stop settling for just someone to fill the void, thinking that it's emotional intimacy, and really like put your pussy up, put your dick up, and really connect with somebody if that's what you want. But you also have to be honest with yourself about if that's what you want, because you could actually like kind of fuck yourself up a little bit. You know, is what this feels like. It's like, again, you know what I'm saying, this could be a new beginning for sure, but if again you the one kind of greeting this person's emotional intimacy with just sex, or you're not learning how to allow both to coexist, where you can, yes, be a sexual being, but learn how to put that shit up and really connect with somebody heart to heart for a second instead of pelvis to pelvis, you know, then you know this can maybe turn out to be something better than you could even imagine. But this also looks like, again, allowing for other people as they pursue you to do that. If you know that you really looking for emotional fulfillment and emotional intimacy and cuddling and, you know, vulnerable heart to heart moments and deep connections on a soulful level, then act like it. Stop settling for these lame ass nothings who just act like all they can bring into the connection is hard dick and bubble gum. And again, if you the one showing up like that, then check that shit before you wreck that shit. But there's potential here. This Sun card makes me feel like, yes, this is a new potential for something to really happen. Some of you will have more than one suitor. Okay, there's a King of Wands and a King of Swords down here. So this makes me feel like more than one suitor. So for some of you, this could be a new energy and an old energy. Okay? It depends on how it resonates in your life. For some of you, you'll have a new energy. Some of you, it will be an old energy. For some of you, that King of Wands is somebody who show up with the hard dick and bubble gum. For some of you, that King of Swords is somebody who wants to come in and really have emotional intimacy, emotional heart to hearts, really chat, really connect, pick brains, really understand you. But then you might be meeting them with hard dick and bubble gum, wet pussy and bubble gum, and that's not gonna help nobody. So, yeah. I'm trying to see if there's any other messages. I think that's everything though. What time we at? 19. I don't really get much else. So that feels pretty cut, sweet, and to the point. Give me. I mean, is there any other messages? Oh, is there any other messages for Cancer? Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords. For some of you, though, again, one of these people can't be trusted, so be careful. Okay, Seven of Swords with this Five of Swords, I feel like it's a double emphasis of somebody cannot be trusted. Yes, for some of you, Maybe it's two people, or again, you just have to take it for how it resonate. For some of you, in your gut, you know that this isn't nothing to juggle. I wouldn't juggle this person. I wouldn't even entertain it in the slightest. For some of y'all, where it's just that bad, because they didn't broke the trust. They've shown you multiple times that they don't have good intentions and they can't be trusted. So again, for some of you, like I said, you might have two options. You might have to learn how to go with the new option. For some of you, you might, you know what I'm saying, you might kind of stick to what's normal, where it's just like, okay, but this is what I'm usually used to, you know what I'm saying? Or if that's you, it might kind of backfire in your face. Like I said, it might kind of show up like you don't really have good intentions for this person if this is how you showing up. Where it's like, nah, you don't really care about me, you just want to have sex. That's really all it is. Where it's like, again, that might not be true, Cancer, but you know, if that's how you showing up. Or again, like I said, if this is old energy too, like I said, Pisces energy, this is giving me exposed energy with the Seven of Swords and this Five of Swords. Is it like an exposing energy? So again, something could be exposed where it's like you could find out again that most motherfuckers, a particular motherfucker, really just showing up with hard dick and bubblegum. If every time you have a conversation they turn it sexual, if every time you're trying to be emotionally intimate they make it sexually intimate, y'all don't ever have any emotionally intimate moments. Actually, anytime you try to make it deep and emotional and interpersonal, they act like they want to wig out of shit, like it's just so weird and uncomfortable for them. I mean, you already know what type of time it is. And you'll have to honor yourself enough, Beyonce card, to know that you a household name and that you a wife and that you worth so much more than that in order to like really did that shit and move on. So that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. Like, share, subscribe. Of course, leave me some comments if this resonated. Trying to grow our family over here. Yeah, my name is B, just in case if I maybe forgot to say that in the beginning. I can't remember if I actually said that or not. But yeah, drop down below in the description box if you want to find me on other platforms or book a personal reading and all of that good jazz. And yeah, I am officially done, okay, with all 12 signs. I am out of here. And until next time, I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.